Class 7O, good afternoon. Welcome to your online class. Today we would be continuing with the chapter articles and determiners, and we would be beginning from exercise H. I think till exercise G it has been done, it has been completed. Good afternoon. Okay, so Dildar, please tell me till which exercise it was completed in the previous class, last class which was there, which exercise? Till exercise G, okay. So we can begin from exercise H, right? So before we begin, let us talk about quantifiers. Quantifiers are those determiners which are used to specify the quantity or number of nouns or pronouns. What are the determiners? What are the quantifiers? Some, any, much, many, few, so on. Okay, many quantifiers are there. Okay, so exercise H. Let us begin with exercise H. We have done up to exercise H. You have done till exercise H? Yes. Okay, fine. Good. Then exercise H you have done. Okay. So let us proceed to distributives. Let us proceed to distributives. Quantifiers you have already done, then if you know about it, you have already been explained today from exercise I. Okay, fine. So let us come to the distributives which are there. Dildar, if you have not done exercise H, let me know, then I can tell you the answers of exercise H. Okay. No, it's not a problem. If you have missed, you can ask me, I can tell you the answers. Okay. Now come to the next kind of determiners, that is distributives. What are the four distributives? We will be dealing with each, every, either, neither. To show distribution of certain properties or action, we use the distributives. Okay. So what are the distributives in the English language? Each, either and neither. Okay. So each and every can be used alternatively. It can be used alternatively. That means you can use each in place of every. So each and every talks about one out of many. That means out of a group, if I am specifying each of you in a single unit, then I will be using each or every. So if I say each player of the Indian team played his best. Okay. And if it is a specific limited number of persons, we use each. If it is a large amount of person, we use every. Okay. So if I say every student of the school, it's a big amount of students, big number of students, so I will use every. Each we can use alternatively with every. Okay, alternatively in the sense that in some places when I am using each, you can also use every. Okay, and either and neither refer to two things, one out of the two things, either and neither both. Okay, so let us do exercise number. Yes, there is a particular number of students. Every and each can be used alternatively. Okay, each, every you can use alternatively. One rule which is given is for a smaller group we use each, for a larger group we use every. But according to me, or you have been, if you look at certain examples, you can understand that each, every can be used alternatively. That means in place of each also, if you write every, it will not be wrong. Nobody can say it is wrong. If I say every member of the football team was given a badge, it is not wrong. It is not wrong. Nobody can say it is wrong. Okay. They can be used alternatively. So first of all, you write down my answers. If you have a different answer, if you have written something different, then you can tell me about it. Number 1. Okay, let me ask you a few. They are giving discount on dash item. Each item correct. Every item is also correct. Okay, each, every, both are correct. Okay, number 2. No, neither it will not be. Oh, for number 2. For number 2, what will it be? Either. It will be either. Okay, not neither. No. If you write neither, the sentence becomes meaningfully incorrect. Meaningfully, it will be incorrect. Read the sentence after writing neither. Read the sentence on your own and understand why I have written neither. I have not written neither but either. Why is it so? Because already one negative has been supplied at the beginning of the sentence. That means she does not listen to, what is being implied is that she does not listen to any one of her parents. Okay, both her parents are not listened to by her. So does not, if you are writing one time, the negative is used. Again, if you are writing neither, the negative is cancelled and it does not even make the sentence a positive sentence because the meaning becomes haphazard. She does not listen to neither of her parents. Why will we say? We will say she listens to her parents if you want to make it a positive sentence. But if you have already written does not in the beginning of the sentence, then it will be either. Okay, because first part of the sentence has a negative. If you write neither once again, the meaning of the sentence is completely disturbed. Okay, understood? Aniruddha has understood. Good. Okay, number 2 will be either. There will not be any other words. Number 3, you can buy either dress since both will look equally good on you. So 2 dresses are being talked about. So we will be writing either. Okay. So we will be writing either. Now number 4, what have you written? Number 4, what have you written? Every. Yes, every is correct. Each is also correct. Aditya, Aniruddha, each is also correct. Every is also correct. Number 5, each bedroom of the house has a bathroom attached to it. Okay. Number will be each. Neither. Which answer have you written neither, Shampurna? Specify the question number and then write the answer. So number 4 we have done. Number 5. Let me see. Each bedroom of the house has a bathroom attached to it. If you write neither, the meaning becomes negative. It is correct. It is not wrong. And you are also implying that there are only 2 bedrooms in the house, and out of the 2 bedrooms, neither of them has a bathroom attached to it. So I feel sad for the people who live in such a house. But it is correct, Shampurna. It is not wrong. Number 5, every. Yes, you may write every. But as it has been segregated that for a limited number, we have a limited number of bedrooms in our houses, right? Either 2 or 3 or 4 maximum. So each is better for the answer. Every is not wrong. Each is better, but every, if you write, I will not cut your answer. I will not deduct your marks. Okay. Number 6. Each player of the winning team will be awarded. Now this sentence is quite similar to one of the sentences which is provided in the example of your book. So let us write each. Every player of the winning team will be awarded. It is not wrong, as I told you, but for limited number of things, limited number of persons, small number of persons, then we use each. Each is more appropriate. Number 7, every library has French books. You can write. If you are talking about libraries in general, you can write every library. Number 8, each child of the class or every child of the class. Number 7, neither. Yes. Shampurna, neither is correct. Number 8, every is also correct. Yes. Let us go to the next exercise then. Let us go to the interrogatives. Okay. Have you all written? Yes, I told you, Shampurna, neither. If you write, it is not wrong. It is not wrong. It is correct. Neither library has French books means you are implying that we are talking about 2 libraries, but in the sentence there isn't any mention of them being 2 libraries. So if you write neither, it makes it that there are 2 libraries, out of which there is neither of them has French books. It is correct if taken in a context. If taken in a context. Okay. Now come to the interrogatives. Interrogatives are determiners which are used to ask questions. Okay. Determiners which are used to ask questions. What are the interrogatives in the English language? Which, what, whose, how many, how much, and so on. G6. Yeah, you can write our doctor or my doctor. Both are correct. Number 6. Number 6, if you have written my doctor, it is also correct. And if you have written our doctor, it is also correct. Shampurna. Did you get the answer? Okay, so can we proceed? $344. The class is still 350. Okay. Okay. So let us do exercise number J. Exercise J, what you have to do, you have to fill up the blanks using suitable interrogatives. So there can be certain answers which are different from the ones which I am writing. If that is the case, you will tell it to me after I have finished writing all the answers. Okay, do not interrupt while I am writing the answers. And after the answers are written and you have copied my answers, after that you tell me if you have written something else. For some minutes, stay quiet and look at the board. Okay, now you can tell me if you have written something else. First of all, copy the answers which I have written. Now you can tell me if you have written something different. Number 1, which? Number 4, how many? Correct. Number 8, which? Number 8, Dildar, if you write which, listen to me carefully, okay, when I am explaining to you. If you write which in number 8, it is not wrong. It refers to a context in which, suppose you are an uber rich family, you belong to a very rich family and you have a number of different types of car. Okay, you have a Mercedes, you have some other names which I don't know, limousine or something. Okay, you have different types of good cars and you are asking that which car is parked at the gate, which means that which one of the many cars which you own are parked at the gate. Okay, so that is something correct, it is not wrong. Okay, but it refers to a context, a particular context. When you have a number of cars, you can't see the answer of 5. Number 5 is whose. Whose. Number 5 is whose. Okay, exercise K will be a homework. All of you will be doing exercise K on your own and you will be submitting it to me through the mail. If you can't access the portal, you will be submitting it through mail. I have already written my mail ID. Understood? Very easy, yes, very easy, good. Aniruddha is doing the lessons. Okay. Debadrita has also understood. Dildar has understood? Yes. Dildar, that is not wrong. Which car is not wrong? It is also correct. It's for a particular context. Okay. So, I am ending the class today here. Our chapter is completed. Next day we will begin a new chapter. Okay. Thank you, students. Bye.